Welcome back to our Thursday. Today's all about interviews. We have two candidates, a marketing intern role. We have one amazing talent we found here in NYC. She's more on what we do, on the upskilling side, but she works at an NGO. Whenever you find talent, you really have to attract them. That's literally the main job of a founder. Got those today's calls. We found the perfect marketing intern, already offered them the role. And then today was good. Hard decisions, but we're keeping it low. I'm just going to go get a haircut. I'm not doing an event today. Sometimes you really have to also give time to take care of yourself, because it's like a long-term game. It's more of like a marathon rather than sprint. So it's always good to sometimes take it slow. It's a Thursday and it's actually good. Tomorrow would be a review day. This week has been hectic, but in a good way. A lot of things really happened. June was one of the fastest months ever. Like a lot just happened all at once. But it's all about taking it slow, recovery, because recovery matters more also. But also making some hard decisions. In the business, it's not always like hiring. There's also the firing part which you really have to deal with, because if you keep the wrong person on the team, it's also bad for them. It's also bad for you in general. They're not growing. They're not getting all the value. At the same time, the entire team dynamics will also be affected. So today we had to make some decisions too on that. But yeah, honestly, it was a solid day. It was a productive day. Kept on pushing, and it's always one step at a time. Now taking a short walk at the park. This is one of my favorite parks, is Madison Square Park, around 23rd Street, around Flatiron. And then we'll go head out, get a haircut. We'll call it a day. Welcome back to a Friday. This is the review day. This week has been the most packed, the most action-packed, because there's a lot of immigration form deadlines, a lot of things happening in the company. And it's one of those days where you really have to understand okay, this is the fighting season. You just get through it, and hopefully next week everything gets calmer. We get back to a little bit of a normal routine. But with summer it's better than winter, because in winter when things are hard, it's hard. But in summer, at least you just go out, you enjoy. There's a lot of things happening. And here in New York, the Knicks are also playing. I think they're in the finals. But this is if they win tomorrow, they might win the entire thing. So the entire city's going crazy about this. The energy is amazing in the city too. So today, Friday, is all about reviews, and we'll do YouTube edits after that later on. So let's get the day started. Welcome back to a Saturday. It's actually a beautiful summer day, and today was productive. We normally did errands like laundry, stuff like that. We're editing a YouTube video. We got done some immigration forms. We're still working on that over the weekend. There's still more on the back end. When the business grows, we really have to do a lot of admin stuff, so we'll get that going later on. But at the same time, still trying to take the weekend off and trying to enjoy weather outside. Today's a Knicks game too, so people are already excited. You can see a lot of Knicks jerseys all over the streets. And yeah, today is an exciting day. We'll get the day started. There's no meetings. It's a Saturday, so we'll take it chill. But we'll also go over some emails. Sometimes during the work week I don't go over. I mean, I do, but I don't thoroughly go over it. And sometimes you might miss some important stuff. So, whenever I get time like this, I go over the work emails, other emails in general. But yeah, it's a good day. Let's get this day started. Okay, we got done with editing. It was very productive. Editing is always annoying before you start. Once you're done, it's always I feel grateful. This is how I used to feel about the gym when I was starting out, for the first few years. But now I don't feel about the gym. It's becomes muscle memory now. And same thing with editing. It's before you get started, it feels very hard. But once you start editing it, seeing about your past, it's some sort of review of what what happened 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. You see, how things played out, and then you're okay, this is cool. It's also a good way to kind of keep track of that. But New York is completely looking crazy. Today's a Knicks game. It is so packed. Great to be in the city this time. what I was editing, I was also seeing the soccer happening in San Francisco, and San Francisco has been on the mind. Like that has been the focus for the past few months, and it's crazy. It's like when you think about something, that's all you notice, and it's crazy. But yeah, SF in August, so we'll only here for the summer, and then we'll be back. But it will be SF would be the next big step. World Cup soccer. There's the New York Knicks final. There's like a lot. Everyone's like buzzing. Today I was excited because I was setting up payroll, setting up e-verify, like the stuff you actually do when running a business. And I find it now interesting. It's like something I've never done before, but doing it, it's like, and going through it, like running a business is something like from the business side, but the admin side is also like something you really have to do, like with taxes, all the forms you fill out, all the different systems that you have to run. And it's exciting, but whenever new things happen, you really have to just go with it. Even if you've never done it before, you learn. You just have to have the courage to kind of just do it in the end. The Knicks actually won, so this is actually good. We're ending the day, which is crazy, but the Knicks won. Welcome back to a Monday, hopping on into our team's call. Let us get this day started. Okay, we got those our morning calls. Later on we have a call, and then today there's an event at One Vanderbilt. This is more like a startup event. This is at the newest building at One Vanderbilt. We'll head out there after work. But today's exciting. We have a potential VP of sales that our CEO is introducing us with. We'll probably book that call this week, and we'll also be focused on selling today too. So last week it was more focusing on like head of HRs. This week we'll focus more on COOs or CFOs, and we're only doing New York City as a starting point, and then we'll expand. So that way we can kind of contain this experiment within New York. But yeah, let's get the day started. Okay, we got done with today's work. Today was a lot of paperwork, admin work, a lot of forms that had to be filled. Now I'm heading out to One Vanderbilt. This is where, the One Vanderbilt thing is right by Bryant Park. It's a startup event. Take you guys. We got done with the events. Great, met a lot of great people, honestly. Exciting people. Great ideas and topics I also hear about, the founders, what people are working on. Great views. One Vanderbilt has the best views. Also sunset vibes. Summer in New York, it really sounds amazing. It's like with those views, with the sunsets, with these events, it's not even that late in the winter. This would have been dark, but now you're seeing the sunset. You can still go to an evening event, go out to the park, still see some sort of music or see the sunset, and that way it's like your day feels like still longer, and you still have time to kind of at least relax or walk or do something, which is exciting in the summer. But it was also great meeting up with the new people and the other people that are part of the community. But yeah, it's right now just head out to a park, take some walk, listen to some music, and decompress from the day. Today was super productive, but we're ending the day. Welcome back to a Tuesday. Today has been exciting. We had our team's call. We're doing our reach out to the CFOs this week. Last week was the HROs, and then next week would be COOs. So that's what we're doing. Currently I have one interview with this great intern I found online. He's from Cornell, but this guy really, he stood out. I found him on X, LinkedIn. He was trending because he really believed on something, and he really stood by it regardless of the public criticism. And I'm like, okay, I'm so proud of this guy. We really need people like this at GenAIx who could literally withstand criticism and really stick to what they actually value, regardless of public opinion. So he was excited. So we're interviewing him now, and then after that we'll head out to an event. It's AWS week. This week here in NYC there's an AWS Summit happening. So there's an AWS after event happening that we'll head out to. I will take you guys there. What's up? Heading out to the AWS after event. Done with the calls for today, productive for today, and then now it's all about outreaches. This is an AWS event. It's an after event for the AWS Summit. The AWS Summit is happening. It's like a one-day event here in New York. So yeah, let's head out. Okay, we just got done with the event. Great event. Met a lot of the startup people, startup ecosystem here in NYC. And then yeah, tomorrow we'll head out to DC. I'll be there for the weekend and Thursday and Friday. Just meeting family, spending time with family. Sometimes really needed. Past few days were crazy. I think that might be a good reset in general. But yeah, for today we are ending the day.